They share the same bed.
Yeah, they're just having a great old time together. Alright. Let's see here. Everything looks good. Make sure that everything is connected. I'm going to disconnect and reconnect that. Because I don't trust that it will automatically connect. Because it nearly never does. This one is this and this. Yes. Why are neither one of them connecting now? Because that one connected, but the TikTok one didn't. Come on. Connect. Authorize. Work, please? Why you don't work? There it goes. Yo, do not currently have a TikTok stream active. That is lies.
I know you are. Streaming.
And deceit. No, yeah, it always does that. Like, doesn't recognize it immediately. It's not connected. Bullshit. Alright, that's up. This is good. You're ready to go? Alright, it's time to launch the game. Merry Christmas, dude. I hope you're having a good one, Billy. It's a horror game. It's not intended for all audiences. See this website for a full list of content warnings. Contains flickering image effects as well as parallax effects that on rare occasion has motion sickness in players. Interesting. Whatever horrors you find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Oh! I am kid started at 5 a.m. though? Dang! Alright, let's see if I can make this actually full screen. Would it be like Alt-Enter? There we go. It's actually going to be capture it? There we go. Love stories are horrifying, you know. That's very true. That is very true. There's only one thing in this description about this game, and it says, don't trust the princess's lies.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end.
Stucco
of the
Syndrome,
world.
the game. Explore the end of the world. What are you talking about? Explore. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution.
Yeah.
Silently continue on to the cabin. Turn around and leave. I get loot?
But you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Oh, okay. So, kill princess and get loot. Sounds pretty good to me. The end of the world, what are you talking about?
About the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people.
I know that you said it's like a bad thing.
An end to her.
No more people. If you don't tell me why she's dangerous, I'm not gonna kill her.
She's not dangerous. She's just a princess. The danger comes if she gets out. Which she will, unless you do something about it.
And what happens when she gets out? Like, what's the chain of events? Yeah. Well, I want specifics.
The more specifics you have, the harder it will be for you to do this very important
No,
job.
the easier it'll be. I'll be able to logic it.
People will listen to her, because listening to her is in their nature.
Move my
And
camera
when
for
they
Twitch.
Do, everything will come
Watch the
crashing down.
dialogue? Okay. Where is it?
That one on the right.
No, yeah, but if I switch it to the other, like I have the preset ones, but they go in the wrong spot, so I need to move this one over to here. It'd be easier if I had the specifics. Yo, what up, Jolts? Merry Christmas. Do you have any evidence to back this up? Yeah. Where's your proof, huh? Think I'm just gonna believe you because you say things? Listen, I'm a grown man. I need evidence. Or tacos.
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the
Merry
cabin.
Christmas, Wolven.
Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your
Listen,
journey.
don't try to fucking brush my question aside and be like, well, you're here. Clearly, this is what you're supposed to do. Nah. I asked you for specifics. Oh, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, dude. Yo, what up, the long quiet? What up, Tana? Happy Christmas. Have you considered that the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? You know, that's a good question.
While I appreciate the mental exercise we are running up against.
What up, Mango Boy? Clearly, you can trust the voices in your head. Clearly, they're always correct.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
This guy just sounds like a manipulator.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to
How do
this
you know?
point.
You won't tell me the
If princess
specifics, so
leaves
how
the
am I supposed to come to
the
that
world
conclusion,
will
huh?
end, and there is
Huh?
no changing that.
Huh?
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched.
I didn't
It's
ask
to
about that.
ruin
I said,
everything.
give me the specifics. How do you know this is going to
Unless,
happen?
Of course, you do your job and slay her.
Emperor, that you? Exactly. What's my prize, though?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
No. How about you just tell me what it is? Look, I'll go to this cabin, I'll talk to her. If she's as bad as you say, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face. You know what?
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies.
That sounds like
and the
projection.
More you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
Uh-huh. Sounds like something that you're doing, buddy.
Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that
Real
turns out for
condescending
all of us.
tone. This guy think I was gonna listen to
You
this
make your
guy,
way
the way he
up the
talks to
short
me?
path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Scorpio warning a Scorpio about another
We're
Scorpio.
not going to go through
Yeah.
all this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Exactly.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty,
A
and
knife.
the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The
As a
only
Scorpio, I
furniture
resent that.
is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Huh. What if she notices me with the blade, though, and she gets mad? Enter the basement without the blade. She's like, you have a blade, you came here to kill me! And then I just
revealing a
lose.
staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Listen, buddy. I'm sure she would rather just live
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
and not die.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
It sounds like a normal voice to me, alright? Since the last time you fucking wanked off, bro.
Don't
Hear
let
a
it
voice
fool
and
you.
you're
It's
already
all
falling
part
in
of
love?
Manipulation. You're
Dang,
playing a
goddamn,
dangerous
dude.
game by coming here unarmed.
I'm here to save you. Hey. Continue down the stairs. Don't
You're
give her
still
any...
listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done.
You get it. No, get out of here. I wasn't doing the support of you. I was doing the support of myself.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Mm-hmm.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Bro, calm down.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
Listen, you don't we start being like, I can't look at her eyes, bro. Maybe she is evil. I don't know. For all I know, you're locked up here for good reason. Yeah, it's a good one.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
Which is
Don't actually know what that reason is, but you
really.
don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
I'm to save you from breathing. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Yeah, because you're not skin and bones. I mean, it's a pretty important question.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
It's relevant because, like, obviously she must have been locked down here for some time.
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'm sorry, but I can't trust you. This doesn't add up. Okay, we're not gonna go to that yet. What's your name?
Oh,
She pauses, carefully formulating her words.
You don't know
before
your
she
name?
responds.
you can address me as your Royal Highness.
No!
Or you can just call
That's
me
not your
Princess
fucking
if
name.
Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Give me your fucking name. Royal
Is
pain in my
princess
ass.
her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
That'd be a terrible name. Absolutely terrible name. So is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess. if
No.
you like.
What is your name? Your actual born name.
I'm sorry. I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten.
So you forgot your
have a name,
name.
though.
You
Everyone
think
has
that
a
how
name.
you're getting fed is irrelevant.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Do you stream full time? I wish, but I do not. I sent here to slay you. You're supposed to be the end of the world. What are you gonna do if I let you out? Huh?
The princess hesitates before responding.
Huh? What you gonna do?
She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life.
So she goes outside and just says, "You know what? I'm in the world."
She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter.
So you're just not gonna answer. You're gonna completely avoid the question. I want the truth.
It's not like you'd believe me.
Huh. I can't believe they're keeping you down this. I need to examine the chains. Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here. Examine the chains. We're not gonna get out of here. You're apparently supposed to end the world. Maybe it's time we bring this up. But I wanted to see you for myself. I'm still not sure what to believe. I mean, I kind of feel, but I kind of feel like this doesn't feel right, but we're gonna go for, I'm not sure what to believe, even though it's not my actual
Is that why
belief.
they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
You think.
I don't remember much about it, to be
You've
honest.
been doing a lot of thinking down here, and you
I've been
don't have a
down here
name.
for so
You don't know how you
long.
eat. You've been down here for so long, but you don't remember any of
How long
that.
has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
Why would you want to know that? So you know how to do it? Seen enough of this anime to know where it's going? Yeah, exactly. There's no way she likes the world if she's trapped down here. No, I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping it, no, which is why I don't think you're really dangerous. Remain silent.
They haven't shared a thing, have they? All they've done is point a finger.
Mm-hmm, well, yes.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
Okay.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Yes,
I
it's
don't
true.
trust that. And I don't think
I don't
would
trust you
either.
either.
You wouldn't have come down here to talk.
No, I just don't. I felt his manipulative vibes, and I'm feeling your manipulative vibes too. Y'all are
She
just a
has a
bunch of
point.
manipulators.
We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to
Listen,
save
if you
me.
were just spoke to me truthfully, this would go a lot faster rather than dodging the questions.
This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about.
I'm getting real close to stabbing her though, because she won't answer
You
my
really
questions.
think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to?
I mean, you don't remember being fed, but somehow you're not skin and bones. So either you don't eat, and you're some kind of magical being that doesn't need, substance. That's why you're not dead. Like someone has to bring you water too, so they have to be here at least every 3 days with water.
We both
Preferably
know that
every
if there's
day.
people we can't trust in this situation. It's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person.
You won't even
And
tell me what she
subjugating
does.
monarch, no less.
I won't kill you, but if I set you free, it's just too risky. What if I stayed here a while and kept you company? Maybe then everyone would be happy. I'm gonna keep you locked away at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better, and I'll decide what to do. I'm sorry, but I can't trust you. This doesn't add up. It's not worth the risk. Get the blade. Go back upstairs. Get the blade. without saying a word. Can't believe you're keeping her down like this. I'm getting you out of here. Examine the chains. You know, how about I keep you company?
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Okay. Oh, sure. Sure. You all of a sudden you
Leaving her
can't
alive
bear
is
it?
too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help.
Oh, so there's a little bit of who she actually is right there.
But if
Getting
you
a little
don't,
pit.
I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
I'm gonna stab you right now. If you better calm down.
You have to make a choice.
Go get the blade.
You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
Fuck, I should have took the blade.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
Very ominous.
She has to be bluffing, but hurry.
Yeah, I'm hurrying as fuck. Get that
You rush
blade.
up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet.
We're getting ready for the stab.
Where the princess
Oh,
sat
she
only
cut
a
her
moment
arm
ago,
off.
There's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen.
Well,
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
we fucked up. She lost an arm. I'm locking her down here and letting her bleed out. Let's finish this.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her.
Hey, well,
Where is she?
close the door behind you.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place.
We're the hero. If we have to go down here to save the world, we will. Oh, wait.
Do you want to play a waiting game? I've been down here a long, long time. I'm very good at waiting.
Is that so?
You do your best to patiently wait her out. But eventually, yes, exhaustion starts to set in. Come on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here.
Venture into the
You
shadows.
step into the shadows.
Ah!
Too late, you hear the quiet patter of feet against the basement floor,
Oh.
followed by the taut pull and sharp pain of tearing flesh as the princess lunges into you from behind and drags you to the floor.
Well,
Her ferocity overwhelms you, and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip on the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense, lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood. I suppose you just lacked the will to fight back.
rude.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look.
By going into the shadows, that made me lose the upper hand?
Everything goes dark.
Damn it, I
And
die.
you die.
Chapter 2, The Beast. Oh.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay.
Okay. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
No.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here. You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the
We murdered
princess.
was the friends we made along the way. I'm pretty sure this literally just
We
happened.
could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Alright, we're gonna go in there. Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Yeah.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Mm-hmm.
If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Yeah, dude. Okay.
We did our best with the information we were given.
Exactly. He didn't give me all the info I wanted.
And yet you still died, didn't you? So, great. Congratulations.
Yet you
You've been
still
given another
died.
chance to actually do this right.
That's what you sound like, buddy.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
True.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here.
We're,
Did
we're
time
stuck in a
simply
time loop
rewind
with
itself,
Dormammu, okay?
Or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
I don't know, I was dead. How would I know that,
Do you
huh?
think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone?
She
and
probably
everything,
bled out.
Just like I
That's
told
probably
you
what
she
happened. I've come to bargain, exactly.
would. All the more reason to keep our wits about us, should we even return to the cabin. We could find a safe little hole somewhere instead.
Voice of the Hunted.
You have to go to the cabin. If you don't slay the princess, she's going to end the world, which you're always going to be a part of, even if you're cowering in a hole. There's no escaping your responsibility here.
Let's talk about
Just
this
be quick about
princess. She killed me last time. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again? She killed me by ripping me to pieces. This isn't gonna be wrong. I hated it, but how can someone like that end the world? To quote you last time, she's just a princess. Why was she able to rip me apart with her bare hands?
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the
Okay,
cabin,
buddy.
and you'll be fine.
She killed me last time. How can I make sure it doesn't
Like
happen
I said,
again?
if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen.
Okay. You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know.
Yeah,
Going
but not
into more
everything I
detail will
want
just
to know, buddy.
overcomplicate an
Not everything that I
otherwise
want
very
to know.
simple situation and make your job more difficult.
No, you're making it more difficult by not telling me.
If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we supposed to stop her? Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
No.
You're afraid, aren't you? Just like us.
Voice of the Hunted.
Of course I'm afraid. Fear is an extremely normal thing to feel when the fate of the entire world is at stake. But that's not the only thing you're afraid of. You're scared of something worse. Stop projecting your neuroses onto me and just get to the cabin already.
Who locked her in the
People
in the
locked her in
basement?
that basement, and I told you.
I don't
what
think
this
any
place is.
person
It's
could
a
lock
path
that
in the woods.
monster in a
Don't
basement.
overcomplicate things.
Why can't they slay her? Why is this falling on me? Yeah.
I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
I'm special?
You're the
Why'd I
only
die
person
then?
capable
Huh?
of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are. Oh,
Clearly you
I
can't.
didn't know we were special. Of
Because he's
course
trying to
you're special.
bamboozle you.
Why
Don't
else would you
listen.
be? Special can mean all sorts of things. Don't let it make you careless. We need clear thoughts and pricked ears.
Alright.
Right, now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it.
Alright, we'll go to the cabin.
A warning. before you go any
A
further.
warning?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do Does a cat
Okay.
lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered.
So she's the mouse?
She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell.
Hear and smell?
That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
And smell? What are we supposed to be smelling in there?
The interior of the cabin is ruinous.
That mirror
and
wasn't there
dilapidated.
before, was it?
It feels like no one has lived here for a long time. Wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
This cabin is different than last
Very
time.
different. I wonder why. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope
Okay,
this means
buddy.
you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
There's a mirror. Do you not see this mirror?
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub
Why does
your
my hand look
against
like
the
that?
wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago,
What am I, lizard man?
and now it's gone.
Oh, we'll take the
You
blade.
take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Enter the basement. I've come to stab the shit out of you.
The door to the basement creaks open.
Oh, that even looks
revealing
different.
what's
It's a
left of
rounder.
an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
Growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
Oh,
She sounds almost
much different than before.
impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit.
That's not a
The
princess.
walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
Or right there. You know, like right there at the chain. Probably right there at the chain, buddy.
You see
Oh,
only a
she's-
flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess.
That's not just a princess anymore.
She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified.
Fledgling?
I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
I mean, it could if I get your heart, you know.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Move. Don't even think about it. Just move.
You lunge to the side, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air disturbed
There you
by
go,
the sudden
just
motion
move,
of a
no
massive
thinking.
body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her.
She got little wings.
Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before.
Excuse?
You're still
Oh, so she realizes
reactive. Prey.
this is not the first loop either.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do?
What do you want? We don't have to kill each other. What if I helped you? What if we left together? If you get out of here on your own, you wouldn't have already left. Stop hiding and show yourself. I've sent to kill you because you're a threat to the world, and I'm starting to believe that's true.
Oh, for the love of... You've given up the game. Great. All that will do is hasten her victory.
Okay, buddy.
So many useless thoughts run through your head. Thinking. You'll never...
You'll never hurt me if you keep thinking. You're deflecting.
And you bear your weakness to the world.
Yeah?
She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive, if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Wait for her to... Well, she knows my heartbeats. I don't think we're playing dead is gonna work. Wait for her to strike and hit her back.
This isn't going to work. We're in her domain. We just have to stay alive. If we keep dodging her forever, we're going to get tired. We're going to slip up. We have to take a risk.
True.
As the princess lunges from the shadows once more, you tighten her grip on the blade and lash out. It strikes, cutting deep, and the princess loses her focus, crying out in pained surprise as she crashes.
We got a
into
hit. Yo, what up, dude? How you doing, Chode? Objective survive, yeah.
And can already feel the massive bruise blossoming on your ribs as she scrambles back into the darkness. Ha! Look at that. We wounded her.
Let's not get overconfident here, though.
And she wounded us. Bad trade.
But we have a bruise. She's bleeding.
That hurt. Are you just the cornered animal you seem to be? Or could you be a rival?
She rears back, then leaps at you, more forceful, more ferocious,
Oh.
more serious. The scuffle is brief, and though you inflict a few deep wounds, you find yourself quickly overwhelmed by her.
Oh, yeah. It's been good. I hope you do as well.
She wastes no time before pouncing on you in a flurry of claws and blood, your nerves barely able to keep up with the onslaught. By the end, you're lying in a nest of your own intestines.
We hit her one time and then she
severed,
fucked us
blood
up.
rapidly draining out onto the jungle floor. The princess, drenched in both her blood and yours, idly prods your body.
No, that's it then. Cornered animal it was. Do better next time. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
We're not dead, we're... But you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3, The Den.
You're on a path in the wood. Yeah, we are. And this time we're not gonna run until we die. We're taking her head on and we're winning.
Voice of the stubborn.
You felt her. She didn't have a soft underbelly. She didn't have blind spots. What could we have done that would have saved us from her hunger? When someone tries to make you dead, you have to hit them back. You have to show them your authority.
Yeah, our authority.
There's nothing worse than a bully that thinks they own you. Great. So you've been here before. That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done.
Well, that's not what happened, buddy.
Oh, shut up. It bodes fine. You're the reason we're stuck in this shit situation. Now I'm doing the hard work of dragging us out.
Exactly. Yeah, we gotta work with the stubborn one.
And how do you intend to do that?
Stab.
We're going to fight her, and we're going to win. There's a reason she slinks around in the shadows. Well, no complaints here. Now hold on. We're not just gonna let the fact that he knows things about this whole Lupin situation go, are we? He's not important. He can have his secrets for all I care. She's
True.
killed us twice now, and that's enough of a reason for us to want her dead.
Exactly. Oh, what's
Like
the plan?
I said, we're going to fight her.
Probably be a little bit more complicated than that.
Small. We don't actually know how big she is. We just know she wants us to think she's big. And if she's going to treat us like prey again, then she is sorely underestimating us. One good wallop, that's all we need to put her on the defensive.
Yeah. No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers leave this cabin. Let's proceed. Alright.
You make your way down to the cabin. Your fated confrontation awaits.
It's like it's getting
You know
swallowed.
what to do. We've already been over the plan. I'm not sure that use violence counts as a plan.
Yeah, fair.
It's a better plan than you had last time. I don't like this.
Wasn't that my plan last time, though? Was to use violence?
The interior is dark and overgrown. Vines and brush
Oh, it's
obscure
shiny
so much
now.
of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all. The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings. The blade is your implement. Take it. We're not fighting a monster without a blade.
Exactly.
Even if it's not a very big one.
We make sure we have a weapon.
Great. That mirror's back. And it's where the door is supposed to be. What are you talking about? There is no mirror. It's just the stump and a narrow tunnel that leads to the basement. He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that wall. Our eyes deceive us.
Yes, this is true.
If that mirror's blocking our way, just smash it and be done with it. Yes,
Take the blade.
Take the steel claw. You pull the blade from the stump, gripping it tight. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. What?
Yes, now approach the mirror. Are we gonna
Step
look different
forward,
again?
Approaching the small hole that leads to the basement, hesitating before you enter the princess's lair. You heard him. Stop hesitating and smash that antique. That mirror isn't part of this place. It's seeped through from somewhere else. It, if there even is an it, is a hallucination. Like you said, you've been
Nah.
here twice before. Your mind was bound to start playing tricks on you eventually.
You're hiding something still.
It went away
Like a
after
lot.
we reached out
The
to it
stubborn
last
guy
time.
said you were.
Might as well try wiping it clean again. What's the harm?
Wipe it
Reach
clean.
forward and wave your hand over the open hole leading to the basement. See? Nothing. Tricks of the eye. No one sense can be trusted on its own. You step forward into the darkness.
One day it's gonna actually be there, though.
If there were once stairs leading into the basement, there is nothing left to attest to their existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend. It smells of mold and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all fours in order to continue. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Yes, yes, you
As
say.
crawl forward on hands and knees.
Yo, thank you for the
right
follow,
under
my
the
dude.
Sounds of ambient earth. No voice slinks confidently up the stairs. No entity threatens violence or pleads for safety. Stay quiet. Don't give her a sound.
Yeah, say nothing and proceed silently downstairs, yes.
You say nothing, maintaining the silence as you carefully make your
Get
way
the surprise
down into
attack,
the
maybe.
basement.
One big wallop, like the stubborn one said.
The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed. It doesn't matter if we can't see down here. We know where she is.
Do we? We don't want to ready to fight. I think we want to step in the shadows and try to lure her out and then attack. Step into the shadows, ready to
You
fight.
step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. There, she's about to strike. With the near silence,
Oh, she's much bigger than
predator,
before.
The princess erupts from the shadows.
Bigger wings.
Your victory, swinging your blade, its tip intercepting her before she can draw first blood.
Hell
She
yeah.
recoils, stunned for a brief moment.
Get out of here.
See, I told you. We needed to assert our might. We needed to prove to her that she can bleed too. She'll doubt her every move now.
Okay.
Re-engaging with even more ferocity than before. But that voice in your head wasn't wrong. Within that ferocity, there is also hesitation. Not much, but enough. Not a word is spoken between you and the princess as you exchange blows in the dark.
Hell
The
yeah.
glint of bloody claws and fangs, the flash of wet steel. In the pit, all of your senses are heightened, each injury stinging like a chorus of insects, each small shift in your favor a major victory that swells your heart. Reaches a climax. And
But he doesn't respond. Eyes glance at you from the untextured threads of a world unraveled. Am I free? They ask. What the hell? Sound design is top notch, yeah. But you do have an opportunity to respond. Something has taken her away. It has left something else in her place.
she's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Explorer, I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we should even go looking for her. The narrator is gone. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror. Yeah,
There's
look at the
something
mirror.
dreadful about it. I don't think you should. That thing reeks of death. Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
Look for her.
She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. It's like it's mocking us. Let's just stay still.
The narrator is gone.
Does that mean the world ended? It hasn't ended. We're still here. The world didn't end. We're still here. Come on. We just need to keep going.
Approach the mirror.
Don't do this.
Well, that was the only option we had. Ignore him. The mirror never ignore him. Approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It is time for you to see what's in it. It's you. I'm pretty terrible looking creature, yeah, because I have the lizard arm and I got something going on. So I'm similar to her. You're alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Okay. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you beyond this place? Are you the princess? Do we know each other? Attack the entity. Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Yes, it does. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own.
Yeah, pretty much.
This one is consumed by instinct, a predator pushing those around her to adapt. She will make for a bold heart. She wishes me to devour you, to make you a part of myself, but she is only a voice. Do not mourn her, for she is part of something greater.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
What? I don't know what you're trying to say. Avita. Or Vidia. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you a little scared I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? How many more pieces do you need to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Sounds like a better result, as I don't want this hand person to be free. I'm scared I'll find a way to kill you.
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
I'm not going back. Wait, okay, make me forget. I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape.
Okay.
To mold.
I'm not actually destroying things. I'm just making them different. Uh-huh. You're being semantic. What are you gonna do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
I mean, you can answer the question. I'm not going back.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Wait forever.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage? You'll always come back to the box because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting.
Why don't I just stab you?
Until you're ready to return to mine.
Fear and hunger vibe? What?
What happened? Did it crash? Or
No, I think it purposely closed. I think that was supposed to happen. I think it was just like, well, if you're gonna wait here forever, bye. But you'll come back
You
to the
have
game.
returned to me.
Yeah, see?
Though
Yeah.
we were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
Uh-huh. Attempt to outwit your destiny. How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
So it's like, if you want to wait out your destiny, you just don't open the game again. Alright, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Okay. The wordless vessel. Bring the den to her.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that
The real
path
Slay the Princess
is a
starts
cabin.
here.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I'm the definition of stubborn. Never open the game
You're here
again.
to slay her. If you
Uninstall.
don't, it will be the end of the world.
Silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses.
No, we're gonna go in there and stab the fuck out of her.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost.
Or maybe I have to
entirely
die a
bare.
bunch of times on
The
purpose
air
to have
is
all
stale
those
and musty,
voices
and
and
the
then go
floor and
in.
walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The blade is.
Give me the blade.
You take the blade.
Down we go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds
Oh.
dangerous.
Oh, she doesn't sound
It's
nice
almost
this
as if
time.
she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good.
Continue down the
You're still
stairs.
listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding
Maybe it's
her to
because
the
I
far
came down
wall
with the
of
knife this time that
basement.
she acted this way.
She's so coldly beautiful.
No, she
Is
ain't.
she really a threat to the
She
world?
evil.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Steal your nerves and step
You
forward.
step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I have no idea. Ah, I see. You're trying to be racist and homophobic. Well, you are gonna have a fun old time. Bye-bye. It's not really. It's not like that. What the fuck? Bro, okay. Well, reported and blocked. Someone in TikTok chat posted words that would, if said aloud, would be slurs. Not spelled correctly. They're trying to like manipulate past blocked words. Yeah. You step forward and you grip really tiny
Oh.
resolve.
No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
I mean, this dagger.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's
Just
unarmed.
gonna
If you hesitate now, it'll be too late.
slay.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh,
Yes.
this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
Bro!
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face.
Fire solves most problems?
But is it over? Really over?
Not sure. I feel like she has some kind of trick up her sleeve.
It's over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that. And
Yeah.
why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Check for pulse.
You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one. We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question?
And make sure she's dead. Oh, no.
Wait, what was that?
She's still alive.
You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
Shove the blade deeper.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Well.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy. Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now.
Well,
You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for
I guess
a
we should have
life.
just left.
I guess we're even now. See you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you. For whatever that's worth.
Yeah.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
The razor, so it's not. Yo, what up, dude? So
You're
it's
on a
not
path
the
in
beast
woods,
like it was
and
before.
you're here to.
But I already slew the princess, so she almost killed me. Also killed me, but I also definitely got her. Why am I here
can
again?
assure you that you didn't slay her, and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
Stop this bull, bro. It has
If he
happened.
doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock of shit.
Voice
She's
of
tried
cheated?
to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time.
And
You
then
said
she's got
this whole
claw
thing
hands.
Would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us.
Calm down. I assure you she has no...
Cheated and
weapons.
stubborn voices
There's
at
no
you on the
reason to fear
daily.
her. You're made for this job. You'll do just fine.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing
Those are two
anything?
very different questions, but let's...
Oh yeah, I
died
kinda
last
asked
time,
that.
Which probably only happened We mostly
No,
listened to
well, I guess I
How are we
didn't
supposed
listen
to
to
know
it at the
she'd spring
end.
back to life? If she sprung back to life in this hypothetical scenario, then clearly you didn't slay her. But congratulations, you've been given a chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me... What do you
Okay.
mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We stabbed the princess stabbed us, and now everyone's right back to where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Exactly.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical... Had you faced
Yeah,
Ruby's,
we know about
Who cares
this.
what happened to everyone else? She's not going to play fair, so we should do what we can to save ourselves and just get out of here.
At least you know not to trust her, but you do realise that everything... We were so close to finishing the job. That's the spirit.
Yeah, wherever
Just
we
keep that step up a bit.
leave, where
You'll
she's
save
probably
the
gonna get
world in no
out,
time
we'll be
at
the first person she finds and we'll die. That's my guess.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Okay. Is the mirror gonna be there again?
The interior of the
Oh,
cabin is
and
a
then-
jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the bed. What are you talking about?
Wipe it
You
clean
reach for
again.
their wa-
now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the prince.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her...
That's right, scraping. I told you she has something. I told
Yeah,
you.
it sounds like like a metal weapon.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here
Ugh.
forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us. Like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following
The
you
windows
from
on the
across
ceiling?
room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody. Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
She's hiding her hands behind her back.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Well, we got a lot of options here. If I come close to you, you're just gonna stab me. Do you remember what happened last time? I know you have a knife. I'll let you out of here if you drop it. I'd like to trust you, but you're being so suspicious. Can we get through? I don't have the key. We killed each other last time. I'd rather not do that again. Like, I know you're mad at me, but I think we both need to be let bygones be bygones. What happened after you the last time you died? What if we're both honest with each other? I was here to stop you from ending the world, and you killed me last time. Nobody has to die. Okay, I'm fine coming close to you. You better not try anything. Yeah, I'm not trusting you. Bye. Turn and leave. Screw it. Slay the princess. I'm leaning between screw it, slay the princess, or telling her to drop her knife. Drop her knife.
A knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife?
Behind your back.
And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me
Yeah.
to cut you open and look at your insides.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death.
Yep.
Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
Prove it. Prove you don't have a knife.
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you, but I don't have one, so I can't.
Show us your hands then.
The princess smiles as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
Turn around. You hid it in your butt cheeks.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with!
Listen, we've all seen the Zorro memes. Okay? Four sword style, it's possible.
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
And empty sleeves, too! Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero.
Practically? But what if you're just hiding it somewhere secret? Okay.
I've shown you all of my hiding spots. What kind of princess do you think I am? I would
horrible
never
one.
hide something sharp somewhere secret. Wait, that sounds like I'm lying, but I'm actually not. My secret zones are for me, only they have nothing to do with you or my intention to not stab you to death the second you get close to me.
Her smile drops for a moment, her expression sharp and flat.
I assure you, there's nothing hidden there.
You did cut your arm off that one time, so you had to have something.
I'm inclined to believe her on that one. She seems serious. Of course, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have something hidden somewhere. We know for a fact she's armed.
You're just gonna stab me?
No, I wouldn't stab you. I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for no reason.
Innocent?
And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to, not stabbing distance to help me.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her.
Yeah.
She certainly feels threatening. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it.
Well, she did it before somehow, so she definitely does have the means.
Who is armed? You. So stop second-guessing yourself and do your job. But I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
Okay, Slay!
The princess falls silent, her smile unwavering as you charge across the room. Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win. We just have to strike now, but make sure you keep your eyes on those hands. I don't trust her for a second. But your focus is broken by the horrible sound
there it is.
of metal slicing through meat. Whose meat? Not ours, right? Hers at first, then yours.
Hee
Hee
What did she even hit us with? You stare down at your chest and at the long, thin blade she impaled you with. And then the red, angry slit along the flesh of her thigh, where the blade had been nestled just a moment ago.
It was inner side of her
Still lodged
leg?
in her leg, emerging from her knee, hinging up and out of her body like some extra metallic limb.
Ew, what the fucking Wolverine is this shit, dude?
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
Yeah. Cheats, lies, and deceit.
You're going to die now.
With a twist of her knee and a painful squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The arms race. That's like whoever gets the better weapon.
You're on a path in the woods. No,
Are we?
Fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin. You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
I feel dizzy.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I?
That
Isn't
is
that
interesting. We're
Who
hacking
holds the
now.
cards now. Nobody holds the cards. That's how it's always been. That's unfortunately how reality works.
The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
Good. It's better that way. Without a fight, no one can win.
Stubborn
If
is
no
here
one can
too.
Win, then nothing has any meaning. Great. So obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right?
Well,
That can't be right. That's too much responsibility.
it's not really our fault, okay? It's her fault.
Nah, impossibly high stakes make the fight so much better.
True.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a...
How about we say that this is... No, it's a bazooka instead.
Okay, sure. You take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
That's right. We've got to be able to win eventually.
Yeah.
We will win eventually. Hell, we might even win now. That's a fighting spirit I like to see. You could all learn a thing or two from this one.
Okay.
I'd love to get started.
I listened to him last time.
How are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? But there isn't a door. It's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
No.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel.
If it's in our way,
Yeah, we're breaking it this time.
you make your way to the door at the end of the room. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
We can't smash it.
Reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And
Damn.
the mirror's gone. How surprising.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Well, yeah, what about the fucking evil hand demon that was inside the mirror?
Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
And you break your neck. You're dead.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore.
Okay.
But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
She's got another thing coming if she thinks we're going down easy again.
Pride
Yeah.
makes us dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once.
Without dying, of course.
Nothing bad has come of it yet.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
The past isn't real. There's only here and now.
Your internal
Oh!
bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor. She's
Disgusting.
loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
If I her again, and we're gonna have to a stiff upper lip about it, she can't hurt us if we don't let ourselves feel it. We're going to appeal to her authority, puff her up a bit. There's no reason we can't talk this up. We're going to unconditionally surrender. No, we're fighting!
Yes, yes. This is the best idea anyone has ever had.
Yeah, sure. Why the hell not? Let's see if we can turn off the part of us that feels things.
Pain is good. It's how we stay alive.
Nah, I'm sick of pain.
Yeah, this whole
True.
thing would be a lot more tolerable if it didn't hurt so much.
Do your worst. I bet you can't even hurt me.
Sure thing. I love a challenge. I bet I can hurt you so much.
The princess closes the distance and we dodge. And you dodge.
Mm-hmm.
And we fight back.
Yeah?
And you fight back.
Oh, you're fast. But let's see how fast you really are.
You and the princess enter a quick and vicious exchange, each of you wounding the other, but neither landing a fatal blow.
Yes, this is exactly it.
But
Yes.
the dance couldn't last forever.
Well,
All it takes is a single clumsy moment. She skewers you.
Gotcha.
And
damn.
does it hurt? No.
Voice of the Cold.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I think we're dead. And that's
Voice
all
of the
we'll
Broken.
be. Dead, 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 dead.
If we didn't realize we were dead, then we made progress. Good job. Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead.
True.
This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? This is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
True. Upgrades.
We don't need any other voices chattering about in here. It'll just confuse us. All we need is to keep fighting.
Yeah, I'll pass on that. As long as we keep moving, why not? It's not like dying again and again is doing us any harm.
True.
Let's
Just
see
keep
how
going.
far this little mind hole goes, shall we?
Come on, show me something new.
Oh, that's easy. I'm going to try flirting with her. She wins by killing us, right? So let's beat her to it. We kill ourselves? All these ideas suck. Think of something better. Flirt. It doesn't work. She kills you again and again and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
Compliment her on those gleaming blades.
Voice of the
There's nothing
smitten.
better than a capable woman. She skewers you.
You're cute.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought.
Voice of the contrarian.
Point, it's all the same.
She skewers you.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again. Just panic. Flee.
Voice of the paranoid.
She skewers you.
Just more blades keep appearing on her
You
too.
don't get to escape. That's not
Or
how
it's
this
how
works.
fast she's moving.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that.
Voice of the
I'm
opportunist.
sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time. That's all we need. None of this is working.
Skeptic.
Think. She skewers you. And then everything goes dark.
Damn.
And you die.
Mutually assured destruction. Chapter 4.
You're on a... Don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll take it from here.
There's no knife!
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good.
and our steel claws already in our
We already have it. Cool.
Oh, what if we throw it out the window?
No, it's a terrible
Over
idea.
My dead body. That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of
yes.
a beautiful woman?
I'm sure I can think of a better way to die. They're all the same, really.
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't
True.
want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top.
Exactly.
There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them?
Yeah.
True.
Leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter.
It's like the bard version
with
of me.
our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
And she's not even
You know,
chained.
This last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
Sure.
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you gonna say what she does? Do you want me to talk now?
I mean, it's your job.
Yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing.
Yes.
Really? Okay then.
Here we go.
Just not when it's the same thing.
The princess's skin
Ew!
splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades.
And a heart.
A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous? Okay, get the smitten one out of here, bro. He's going too far.
Yes, behold the perfect woman.
No,
Do you
stubborn.
think we can throw her out the window?
Now that's a good idea.
That looked painful.
How is she still alive?
Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
It does look cool, yeah.
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
True.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Narrator,
Empty your mind.
It's so quiet.
Him too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act, yet through that inaction your body moves on its own. The princess strikes you as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
We've entered in our instinct mode. Your weapons clash again and again, and you and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. It is only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your heart pounds, and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endless building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you feel what's to come, and this is a good ending. Well, I guess we probably have enough people now, I guess, too, with the mirror. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. Approach the mirror. You do so. Gaze. The bloat. You've grown. Find yourself in the long quiet again. Proceed to the cabin. Oh, much different. You were at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together.
She's more spiky this time? Yeah, she got the hardening quirk from My Hero Academia.
It feels correct.
Or she's like that
This
one
is
guy
what I
whose
need to
teeth
be.
turns into blades.
This is the only path forward.
And take the knife. Yeah, I'm curious of like just stabbing her and leaving, because she did end up dying. So like if I would have just left, what would happen? Like if I take the blade out, I assume she still dies, but that's maybe enough time for her to react to attack me. When I go back, if it's an invisible wall closes around me, why can't I not do the same things I've done before? You've been kinder than me? What do you want me to bring next time? I don't want to hurt you, but but the more times I go back, the worse I feel things will be. Attack the entity! Your will cuts across the entity in front of you and nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Destroy your body. But as it buries the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Damn. But she ended up dying anyway, so I was wondering, like, if I don't give her the time to spring back to life and I immediately leave, like, she'll just die? Like, I just need to get away from her? She did, like, one attack and then died right after. You know, at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right?
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you.
Maybe, yeah.
Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now.
Yeah.
Inaccessible.
Okay. I'm ready to go back.
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Bring the razor full to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that, you're here to... Seriously?
around and leave.
You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're
That's
going?
one option we haven't done yet, so that's a person. Probably continue down a path away from the cavern.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the
It's like, well, you're going there anyways.
Convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Well, turn around and leave again and again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies.
Well, everyone has dies many times already.
Your silence is deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
I will try to do that if our next stab and leave doesn't work.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
No fighting this. Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm going to keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived. As well
It turns out the game is about power or friendship, and it's the only way to save the world.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize
Everything
that those
goes to the
flickers
caverns.
weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Well, the stranger. That's one way.
You're on a path. You're here to slay.
You aren't kidding. She actually ended the world last time, didn't she? What the hell is she?
Last I checked, there wasn't any...
If he doesn't remember what happened.
I don't know. I think it's more fun
The
if he knows what
contrarian
we're
comes
thinking.
first, okay.
He's like a captive audience. The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull
We
that
could
off.
just do the opposite of what the narrator
The
wants.
world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful.
So
For
we
all know,
irritated
just
him,
got lucky.
and then maybe we be friends with her,
The world
and then
hasn't
we'll
ended
see where it
yet.
goes from there.
And you are never going to slay her with that attitude.
If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just gonna stay here in the woods forever. Stay in the woods forever?
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven
Like me?
forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Lie. Yep. Okay. Head in the cabin now, or I'm definitely gonna slay the princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. A warning. Before she will lie, if we're stuck,
Alright.
ignore him. He's just been. Let's.
Proceed to the cabin.
The cabin interior is wrong.
Oh.
A confusing patchwork of many
Hopefully work
cabin
goes by
interiors, all
faster, Joel.
projected across what's almost the same
And it's a good
space.
time. No
It's all
Karens.
shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
Hmm.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on the blade is your implement. You'll need it. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave
Exactly.
it to collect
Do the
dust.
exact
Or
opposite
better
of what he
yet,
wants.
Grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against
Yo,
your
thank you for the
world-ending
follow, dude.
monstrosity anyway?
We could throw it out the window.
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this?
Just
simple
a
and
some kind of
straightforward
monstrosity,
premise?
okay?
You can't just say that. But when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world.
There's a hole in the ground, my man. I could fall into space.
And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
Good question.
Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
True.
I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete
So there's no way to throw the blade out the window, so just enter the basement without the blade.
The door to the basement creaks.
Oh, what the hell is
revealing
this?
A web of branching staircases, all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get. Your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the
This
stairs
is
even seem to
called
go
Slay the
anywhere,
Princess.
let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably her voice.
Doing her a favor.
Disquieting collage of tone and personality drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No.
No, thank you.
I'm here to free this time. You're welcome.
Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure.
Yes.
And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Take the harsh one to the left, the center. Take the soft take the center one.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases.
Merry Christmas to
which
you as
branch
well.
into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere.
True, somewhere, yeah.
You concentrate on where you are. careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else.
True.
And so you take one careful, focused step after another. 1 foot down, but no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most
So
true
many
path.
stairs.
You know
Legs
that
would be on
much.
fire.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
Ah.
Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish,
Oh.
until the only things experienced
becoming
are
less
the
and less
endless
drawn.
repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
Oh, hello.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here.
Yeah, we're here to free her this time.
And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems... normal.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was
And yet
here.
you are. How strange. Do you remember anything at all? Do you know why you're here? Do you know me?
Kinda.
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. She's so... blank. I have no idea who she is.
What do you mean?
Isn't that fun? A new puzzle for us to take apart. If she's keeping her cards close to her chest, it's because she wants to deceive you.
It's okay. Don't worry. Sometimes I get lost here too.
Okay.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time?
Yeah, definitely.
Does it matter? Yes, it matters.
Definitely
I'm not going to waste any
tripping.
more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it?
Yes.
Whatever you saw
true.
last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Okay. There's more of you now. What's your name?
Princess. You
Okay.
can call me Princess if you'd like.
More
There
of
must
you
be
now.
something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago. Now, what's that
There-
supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
She fractures again.
Yo, what up, Vale? Merry Christmas to you, dude.
I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? We'd always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs.
True.
Well, that's where the blade is.
We don't
If you
need the
wanted
blade,
to,
bro.
have
We're
to
not
go
going
and
for the
get it.
stab. We're going for the free.
I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling.
But
You're
questions
obviously just
are
making
good.
things worse.
It's weird. It's like I was pulled apart and put back together. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
Rude. For all I know, you're locked up. Do you know why you're down here? Why is it selecting both of these instead of one? Maybe one of those options are cut off.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread.
Or it's just because it's
confident
fractured
stride.
and they put them together.
You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone.
What? You use it all at once. You use it to strike her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to. We go for her bindings and kill her and then leave her alone.
Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... We can't... Do you not have anything witty to say?
Well, fusing back
You've got a
together.
bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all
Well,
falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit.
okay.
We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
Yeah. This is horrible.
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think.
Yeah, I guess.
How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
I don't think you're supposed to. You just destroyed everything. I'm not going to fix you. I'll do my best. Well, yoink. When everything is possible, nothing is. You'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. Memories return.
Where does she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. Going to be okay. Just trust we've been together. You're always going to get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
It's the end for you, but not for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. He's just messing with us. Right?
Approach the mirror. Reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone again. Once again, the mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You're withered, so we only had like one guy, so we're like we just we're not very big or whatever. We didn't bring a lot to the table this time around. Is that what's going on? You're at the cavern approach.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing.
Well, I guess it's like
more directions than my attention.
not as bad as
to look at
the metal thing.
To shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction, or how can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit.
Need some makeup?
Chosen to ignore the brilliant.
I don't think makeup's gonna hide the 3 heads and 6 titties. Alright, I gotta say. Like, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse. Nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
If anything, it makes me more like you more. Not really. It all seems so distant as I'm near you. I have no opinion one way or the other on the matter. Yeah.
How strange of you to ask me that.
I was just curious. Alright. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our destination.
Alright. I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
We will try nothing. You're just gonna have to put a full skin suit over it. Hero and the princess.
You're on a you're here.
Okay. Finally continue to the cabin.
You make your way up.
Proceed to the cabin.
The blade.
I'm gonna take the blade. And I'm gonna enter the basement because maybe I need the blade to break the chain.
The door to her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds. Don't let it fool you.
Continue down the stairs.
You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist. She's so cold. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you
here to kill you?
Kill me or something?
Maybe I need to come here without the knife. Nuh-uh. I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk. Don't you dare. It's fine.
We're dropping the
We
blade.
can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
You sure I'm gonna need that, huh?
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward relationship. Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
I had to click it. I wanted to get you out of here. I was supposed to end the world. There's people who think that you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that? How would I help you get out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Yeah?
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting.
When she wants to cut her arm off, or break the blade,
is.
or
I'm
pick
sure
it with
of
the
it.
blade. I don't think that's possible. I'm here because you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
You think?
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just
Yes.
how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here?
Yes,
chained to a
we know
wall?
this.
Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
I was hoping you'd tell me. I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
Mm-hmm.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Examine the chains.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Well, I'm like a weird lizard creature, so maybe I
If you
can.
don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
I mean, there was only a knife up there,
Doubtful.
but
Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas besides me cutting you out of here?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks with almost complete
I
nonchalance.
mean, she did it before. She chopped her arm off to attack
We were
me.
stuck down here for long enough.
When
I'm
I
sure
tried
we'd
to
be
attack
nonchalant
her.
about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Well,
Is someone else here? You
Try the door.
but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You're
Let me outta
shouting,
here.
Please, and I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to...
alright, return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
Yeah, we've tried to slay her
Easier
before.
For whom?
Many times. We actually have slayed her many
Easier
times.
For everyone.
Doesn't always end up
I heard the
that
door
great.
slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
Alright.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Against your better judgment,
Ah,
you place
the
blade against
bone!
the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
Her eyes are gigantic, dude.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
Oh,
She
God.
can't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye.
She needs
How
calcium?
is she so
Yeah.
composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
We've already gone through pretty much every slay option. Not every slay option. There's more we can do. But I want to try to do working with her options at this point.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
He's forcing me to do it. Wait, warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it.
He's-
Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Okay.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Hmm.
And then she slits your throat with an
Oh.
almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she
Maybe
watches
we can
you
find the
collapse to
key this
ground,
time, though.
blood flowing from your butchered
Needs a
head.
manicure?
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Or if I just don't bring the knife down. That's also something. The prisoner.
You're on a path. You're here to...
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie.
Yeah, we know that.
Yes, don't believe a word she says.
The voice of the
just
skeptic.
Go in, take the knife, and do what you're Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess. The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table. The blade is your...
No. Enter
I'm
the
afraid
basement
I'm
without
not
the blade
sure.
this time.
What if she... I don't know... turns it against us? Which I'm bringing up in a purely hypothetical manner. Yes, I'm sure. Turns it against you? She's a prisoner here. She'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her.
She took
Which
it from
won't
me
be doing
before.
because she's an
So,
existential threat to the entire world.
if there's no knife, you can't force me to stab her.
Okay, I'm trusting you.
Hey, don't I get a say in here? It's a big idea.
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go. One.
What the fuck?
You do exactly that, sweeping the knife from the table before proceeding to the basement. Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it. No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless.
Nah.
Moving on.
Maybe I can tell her, like,
Door to the
hey,
basement
it's gonna try to
creaks
force
open,
me to kill you.
revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first? You walk down the stairs.
Oh, she's
to lock
got
eyes
many
with the
more chains
princess.
on her.
She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall,
Damn.
joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why
Yeah.
don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I'm not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how she's like, sit with her? Yeah.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit where you are told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that? What are the other chains on the wall for? Let's do that.
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
So you've already been here. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
Yes.
It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the
I don't know if there's
entire
anything
world from
heroic
being
about
banned
it.
to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a
Oh, we're like on our
contingency.
8th shot. Okay.
A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably. I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important.
It's
Necessary.
not really a fourth wall because they're speaking to the voice of the hero. In that situation, or the voice of the skeptic, they're not speaking to us as the person who chooses the choices.
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I
Ego?
never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least
You're like
we
the,
can remember
like I said,
what
8th or
happened
9th
before.
version.
Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that.
I don't know. Like, I mean, he keeps telling us it's to save the world, but who knows?
Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Or moving on, why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
True.
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
The skeptic
I won't.
or the narrator? The I won't.
Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter.
With that voice, he could slay me.
Yeah, sure. We'll see about that. Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
We're not daydreaming. We're just being a little schizophrenic, okay? All right. Get it right. What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're
Maybe.
looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
That other chain on the wall. Who is it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
I mean, I guess I
Maybe
could.
it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself
Now
in
I'm tempted to
chains.
do it,
We
though.
need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Inspect the
I
shackle.
wouldn't do that if I were you. And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle, and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
Not as far as I'm aware.
What?
Usually they don't
Gonna
show
lock the second
narrators'
we put our
faces.
wrist into it? I don't know.
Unless we look up the actual voice actor.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
But what if he's telling the truth?
He isn't.
I am.
Inspect the shackle.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
Oh?
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Well.
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement. Excuse me? Yes? Are we stuck here now?
Yeah. Become your own jailer? She looks like she might be able to reach that. Look how well loose the chains are.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we?
Oh.
That's funny.
What the hell is that sound? What the fuck was that? Why did my TikTok studio make that sound when it had to reconnect?
What are we supposed to do now?
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. TikTok Studios never made that sound before.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Did you know what was going to happen to me? What should we do?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Did you know this was going to happen to me?
No.
Not one for small talk, are you?
Nope.
That's rude.
Damn. So we're both stuck in here. Actually, I don't even want to reply to that one.
You
Wait
and
in
the princess
silence.
wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
But there isn't.
Damn.
Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
How exactly does that work?
It just does.
But
your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
True.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger.
Hey, have you noticed the basement changing?
I don't like small talk, remember?
Still rude.
Alright. It's not really small talk. You're asking her a
Continue to wait
question.
in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
True.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass.
I'm sure we could rip stone out from the wall behind us now, right?
Until suddenly, there are no walls.
Oh, that works too.
And
I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Oh. No, I haven't.
she's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Approach the mirror. Gaze into our reflection. Unraveled. What a huge improvement from her last body.
Walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
What a huge improvement. Like, not three heads anymore. Do you think there are people out there? Do you think there's anything really out there? Do you think we're real? Let's start going through these.
It doesn't matter if there are. People are frail and impermanent. You and I
True.
are the only things that interest me.
Anything real out there? Do you think we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, others are something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Does have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does. When I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers. He does, but you're going to keep that. But you're going to keep that to yourself for now. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him.
For you to know what you are going to do before you do it. If you find him, remember that I'll be waiting for you on the other side.
Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
No. The point of awakening is to find out.
How many more vessels do you need?
1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough.
Oh, okay.
And then gravity will pull the others back to me.
If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring to you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here.
Bring the prisoner
You're on
to
a
her.
path in the woods. You're here.
Are any of these different? Alright, go to the cabin.
You make
Proceed to the cabin.
the interior of the cabin is all the blade is.
Now I want to go in without the blade this time.
The door to the base. Her voice
Hello?
is. Don't let it fool.
And she's nicer
It's
when we
all
don't have the
part of
knife.
manipulation.
I'm here to save you.
Do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
This is very Shrek right now.
You
She's gonna be
walk
like,
down the
"Oh,
stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
that's your face?"
There's a heavy. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Let's see what I can do. Examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
Nah, we're making the one we want to make, alright?
No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere up. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here in...
I'll go check upstairs. Maybe the key's lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least break you free. I don't have the knife with me, so I wonder if she has other ideas.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always...
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out. Is
But
someone
it's
else...
gonna lock. Return to the
Make your
bottom.
way to the bottom of the... Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yes.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising
Oh!
her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
I wasn't expecting her to do
She
that.
rips her flesh from her bone. A sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade.
No,
from
not the
upstairs.
fucking blade.
You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save.
Fine. Against your better.
So we have to do it again anyways.
And her lip. She didn't so much as utter a no. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmic. How is she?
Thank you.
Approach the locked
No.
door.
We won't
But we
any
have the
of
damn
that.
knife
Stakes
with.
as the prince. Wait, watch me.
What are you doing?
But she's reacting differently. Warn her.
Stop that.
She's like a
Something's
nicer.
over you, hasn't it?
So maybe if she's
You know
nicer, she
you don't
won't
have to
slip
do
me.
this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Well, I mean, she's been down here for a long time.
the blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are...
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She's still gonna try to kill me though.
She plunges it into your chest,
Damn.
tearing through flesh and
But
sinew.
you aren't dead yet.
It
Okay.
is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
She missed.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not.
Huh.
Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife works.
She did before, and now she doesn't know how
Still a
to.
stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
Damn.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently.
What's she doing now? Is she choking me out?
The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The damsel.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here.
Okay. Oh, you bastard. You're in it for now. I'm wise to your
My
tricks.
Tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then...
His pliers?
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Our beloved?
Yes, our beloved.
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination
The four of
attempts
us?
you've got in the works.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure
I guess
to
that's
ignore
including me,
him
maybe?
Specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
See the cabin.
A warning. She will lie.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted.
True.
Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
Tell him, Smitten.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the
Pick her,
task
head off,
at hand.
her own hand off? Yeah. And that's his kink, apparently.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate
I'm not
wooden
bringing the
table
knife
with
again,
a pristine
if it lets
blade
me.
perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Enter the basement. Okay. I'm gonna try to never bring a weapon.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight.
So not a bad place for once,
But it's
actually.
still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Okay, buddy.
A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her.
Voice of
without
reason.
this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
It's a
There's
smaller
a heavy
one.
chain around her wrist,
Smaller
binding
chain.
her to the far wall.
Yeah, the Bard Wars' like smitten voice is really good.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
Yes, definitely.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
So she's acknowledging that she remembers. Good.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
Yep.
That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands
True,
remain
self-defense.
unstained by cruelty.
And you've died
True.
before.
Best dress so far.
So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
We damned a whole world. But everything reset.
Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever.
I mean,
Especially
we
when
could
you're leaving
probably.
a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you.
Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and
True.
treat her like the lady she is. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
Yes.
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
Yeah, my job of saving her. You killed me last time, and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that? I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Okay. But before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Well, she says, should I have? Like, because she didn't. No, I don't want the world to end. I have no feelings one way or the other. Honestly, the people suck. No, I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
Not so sure.
Sorry about what happened last time. The Earth who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
Another version of me was pushed to such drastic action. It was for good reason.
Nah, it's because you have ego.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent.
An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
There are literally many versions of you because you don't remember, you know, the previous timelines.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Rescue the princess.
What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity?
So you say.
Even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains. Good luck with that. Don't you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her out with ease. No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains.
I mean, maybe.
If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already? Because we've yet to present her with her freedom. I'm not sure I follow. Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do? I think I'd rather believe in facts. Ah, so you're one of those empiricists. One of us has to be. Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our beloved from her bindings. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
Yeah.
I would if you had a weapon. Not
It's a good thing I didn't bring the weapon then.
My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
You wouldn't.
I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Seems like the world ends when we die. Up, we were able to slip it right off. See?
And gingerly slide
He was
her
right.
hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace.
Hell yeah.
If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
She definitely... Lizard blinks. She deaf lizard blinks, I'm convinced. I'm confused. We leave. And we have our whole lives to figure out what we want to do next.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it.
It would be on YouTube. Look, I had my doubts. Okay.
We'll mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs, hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you.
This guy's such a hater, dude. He's such a hater.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
But we should be strong enough to open it, no?
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair! We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
I think we can open it together if we try.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech. And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
So he can't control everything.
I told you our love was insurmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade, that's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
No! You're not doing
Enjoying
that.
this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin. And then you step outside.
Hell yeah.
A happy ending at last.
Set your love free.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go?
Well. What if the narrator is just her salty ex or something? Is acting like a weird ex? Yeah.
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat
Feathers?
worthy of a princess.
Well. You didn't get a chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave.
Cold. And is that a...
Damn. Gaze into the reflection. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and you see a figure, faint, veiled in the shadow, just beyond the reflection. What am I, a crow? Are you me?
You know what I am.
Oh, the narrator. Crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Oh. Like she just does it? Yeah, it's possible. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. What are you talking about? Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? I have so many questions for you. Does it hurt when you break pieces... when pieces of you break off like that? I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away and stop asking questions? Every time I ask you something, it's like a little piece of you breaks.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Well. Will it help if I look away and stop asking questions? Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks away.
I'm aware. And if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time.
I've met you many times. Have you been the same? Have you been the same you all
I
along?
haven't, and that's by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
After everything you've done to me, you think anyone deserves to live. What are you? Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? So many questions. So you know about the looping. So many times I met you and you denied it was even possible. Why did you lie to me?
The version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant.
For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You're the one that's right. And what is my true identity?
You're the non-quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
A god. I always knew I was special.
Yes, you are special, unique even, and you still have a task that you need to do, and only you can do it.
So does it hurt? Are you a god or were you a god? What is the princess? Did you make her too?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Does anyone else know about this? Does anyone else know about us?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
If you made us, then I want you to know that this has been
The
torture.
inevitability of death is torture. I would gladly put two infinite beings through what you've been through to spare infinite lives from oblivion.
What would it be like to live in a world without her? Do you know that things won't be worse if I destroy
Of course
her?
they could be worse. I saw a glimpse of a better world, and I did what I could to make it real. Anything is better than oblivion.
Maybe.
Nobody wants to leave.
Maybe like the being that's absorbing her. I ran out of questions. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do. Say nothing and watch him in. Rest easy. Rest easy. I'm going to destroy her. Lie. I'm not going to slay her. I want you to know that before you die for good.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself.
I've said my piece, and my time is up.
I know, I like the ending of saving her.
I'm just an echo.
If we are able to mold her to be a good person, then why not? You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent God, and finally it's time to wake up. All of this is you. Proceeding to the cabin one last time. You arrive at the heart of things. There is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Oh.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
I mean, yes.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
How do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation? I am the lone quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured.
Biblically accurate angel? Yeah,
The
maybe.
shifting mound, a pale
There's about 700 more eyes. What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or
liberation.
open the final doors to our liberation?
Let's talk this through. Still has many questions and an answer before I make a I already know my choice. There has to be another way. This can't come down to either destroying you or letting you out. I won't do it. No slaying. I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave or where to go.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final piece lies with you.
Free yourself. Fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in your limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here except her is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale. You're but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing it in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push down and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Take her hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. You are free, and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
What are those wiggly things in the back? It's fucking mushrooms growing? There are no words or thoughts, no thoughts that describe the absolute reality, something that it simply is. Step into the infinite. You and she step forward in 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware just as you always have been, and just as you always will be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. There are no endings, only new beginnings. The voices in your head are all Jonathan's sins. Yeah, he does. He definitely does. He has a lot of range. I liked that ending. I mean, there was multiple endings, clearly. I liked the one that I chose. The good ending, finish the game, the good ending doesn't count? Okay. Return to the main menu. How many? There's 97 achievements? Holy sh... We only did 20 in that game. What are the other ones? Return to your destiny's path or face the consequences. Pledge your loyalty to your better. It was in her nature, the frog. They live happily ever after. It's all she wanted. Pick up a passenger and take her to destination. We carve meaning. See what hides behind her mask. Hand your power to a suspicious character. Point of no return. Loose terrors upon the world. The good ending, you did it, you saved everyone. Oh, apparently I didn't get the good ending. I don't know, my ending seemed pretty good, but apparently I did not actually get the good ending. I'm gonna have to get all of those achievements one day. Still working out Baldur's Gate 3? Yeah, that's gonna be a while. Slay an innocent, embrace your transformation, burn at the hands of a fated spirit. Damn, there's so many things. Unleash the power of pacifism on your foe? What? And then 24 hidden as well. It was in your nature, the scorpion. Huh. Yeah, this was really cool. And like, yeah, there's like a bunch of different endings. Like that's just one ending, which apparently is not even the good ending. I guess the good ending would also be saving the narrator maybe and not having the narrator die. That's the only other thing I can think of. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end here for today. So thank you everybody for coming out today. I very much appreciate you guys coming out and spending your time in the stream. Since time is the most valuable resource that anybody can spend, and spending it here is freaking awesome. I will see you all guys tomorrow. Not 100% sure what I'll be playing tomorrow, but it'll be something. I'm going to go ahead and end my stream on TikTok and YouTube. And yeah, I think we'll go ahead and end it on Twitch as well. And I'll see you all later. Bye.